Good evening. My name is Brian W. Smith. I'm the award-winning best-selling author of more than 40 novels. But today, I'm not in writer mode. I'm putting on my interviewer cap, and I'm going to interview some of the industry's biggest names, people whom I've had the privilege, the honor of getting to know during my 20-year writing career. I created the Readers Want to Know podcast so that you, the reader, can get a glimpse into the personality of your favorite author. I want you to see a side of them that readers normally don't get to see. So I want you to sit back and enjoy the interview. That's what I want you to do. But first, I need you to do something for me. I need you to take a moment, click the like button. I need you to click the subscribe button. I need you to do it now, right now. I'll give you a couple seconds. You did it? Good. Let's start the interview. Hello, everyone. My name is Brian W. Smith, and I am back again with another episode of Readers Want to Know podcast. Today, I have the amazingly talented, well, I don't know if she's still practicing attorney, but I know she was an attorney. What I do know is she's the NAACP Image Award winner. She has a bunch of best-selling novels to her credit, and she's just a fabulous writer. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the incomparable Miss Pamela Samuels Young. Pamela, can you hear me?
I can hear you, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on. Where do I start? Um, I'll start with what I started out with. Are you a practicing attorney, or have you pretty much hung it up at this point?
I hung it up. I left in 2016,
Really?
at a ready to take on writing full time, and it happened at a time with my company. I was in house at Toyota. My company was moving from California to Plano, Texas.
I know
So
because a lot of them, a lot of those
yeah.
employees moved on my block here in McKinney, Texas.
Oh wow, wow, yeah. So I had two parents in their 90s, and I couldn't make that kind of move.
Hmm.
At
So
those
you were
responsibilities.
practicing corporate law?
Yes, I did employment law, employment defense. So if you were charged with sexual harassment, I was the one to go after you on behalf of the company.
Hmm. And that led, well, that's the perfect,
I was the one that.
that was the perfect intro into your writing career and the type of character that you wrote about, right? Gave you all the information and research you
Yeah,
did.
because I did. Yeah, yep. I did use my experience as a lawyer, and because in my first series of Renetta Henderson series, she is corporate defense.
Hmm.
She's not a prosecutor. So well, and she did some plaintiff work, so I shouldn't say that. So, but it was very helpful to me to have that background. And I always say I owe my writing career to John Grisham because I loved his early books more than the later ones. But there were never any black attorneys. There
Hmm.
definitely weren't any women. And
Right.
even the black folks who appeared were, the defendants. And I
Yeah.
kept,
Yeah.
kept,
Yeah. You and
kept
you know
closing
and you
books.
know the stigma and reputation of what's attached to him, um, especially once President Obama got in office and things that were said. But he is A Time to Kill is still one of my favorite books of all time.
Yeah, that was a great, great story.
Yeah, you're right. Um, that is a fascinating prior career to have, and one that sets you up perfectly for a writing career. Have you had any regrets?
Um, no, there were times in my career where I thought I should quit practicing. Like I wrote most of my books while I was working. I should quit practicing law and just dive in. But I was too scared to do that. I had backup of a paycheck. And then when I did retire, I figured, I'm gonna write at least a couple books, a book a year. And for the first 2 or 3 years, I don't think I wrote a word because I didn't realize. I think I wrote nine while I was practicing law. I think I was tired, and
Yeah,
I
no
didn't.
doubt.
I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning right before work. I write after work. I write weekends. It was like work and writing, and you just do it. And I didn't realize how exhausted I was.
Right.
And um, um, And it's funny, he was talking to my minister friend, and he just said, "You deserve the time off. Why are you stressing yourself? You got more time to write. Just relax and let it happen." And then I think first book I wrote in retirement was Abuse of Discretion.
Hmm.
And it came it just rolled off the page. And it was that rest. Because, I think we go, 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 go. And I don't think we realize sometimes just breathe. And it'll be there.
Mental fatigue is real. Um,
Yeah.
but it's interesting. You can relate to this, I'm sure. The thing about this industry is that you're a hunter, and hunters eat what they kill, and you fool around and put up your spear and your hunting equipment too long, and you'll starve, man. You gotta, it's sometimes you find, I'll speak for myself, you find yourself writing even when you don't want to, but sometimes you feel like you have to. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know that that makes for the best product, but it is a form of survival, you know.
Yeah. And then we talk about mental fatigue because I just come off of I'm ready to get back right. I haven't written in at least 2 years. When I said not published a book, I mean I haven't written because I've come through a very traumatic personal time. 2003, my boyfriend had a massive stroke, so I spent 3 4 months running to the hospital, nursing homes. A month after that, my dad, who was 92, became ill. He was gone 2 months later.
Wow,
You
sorry to
know,
hear that. Sorry.
that then, like, I found out I had to have double hip replacement surgery. I mean, it was like boom, boom, boom. And I've never had that kind of grief. I was close to my dad. I was a daddy's girl. And that grief, it was all too much. And I'm just now just had my second surgery
Hmm.
a week ago. And I just feel like I'm coming back to life. And I was laying down and I'm thinking of ideas and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. So, but whatever I produce next is going to be powerful.
So but I just saw you in Atlanta. So when we left Atlanta, you must have went straight to the hospital, huh?
No, because I had my first surgery was April 30th.
Hmm.
And at some point, sometime I used the cane while I was in Atlanta.
Okay,
I tried not to use it a lot. And then my second surgery was just Monday, August 25th. So it's 4 months in between.
gotcha.
So, because so I'm just ready to heal and to get back to life and keep
Well,
going.
you made the comment about well, if you just had surgery, when I saw you in Atlanta at the beginning of the month, you're moving great for someone who just had surgery.
I am. It's like,
Because I didn't know, I didn't realize.
yeah. And the first hip was a little rough, but this one I was told would be better because
Hmm.
now I'm balanced. And, I was a runner for years and years and years. And doctor told me in my 30s to stop running. You hard hit. 30s, you think everything is. So to find out that, and I work out and I'm pretty athletic, but to find out that I need double hip surgery, it's like, that's for old people.
Right, right,
But
right.
it's like, so there was an ego blow and everything else, but I'm ready to get back to life. And, I have a whole new attitude about being healthy and I'm going to go for all my fitness goals and I'm going to be a better person after all this. So I feel like mentally and physically and spiritually, I'm just ready to bring it back together. And I can't wait to see what I produce the next book I produce.
I hear you. You said that you hadn't written in 2 years. That's actually a perfect segue into what I want to ask you. Um, so when did you co-author the series, that sounds like a plan and sounds like a trouble, that entire series with Dwayne Alexander Smith? If it's been, you guys wrote that 2 years ago?
Right. Well, you know what? The first one was 2 years ago. Yeah, and also too, publisher wants an 18-month lead time.
Yeah,
Maybe when I say 2 years, maybe I'm also referring to my own stuff.
got you.
I think at that time we did, and writing half a book is really easy because what we
Hmm.
did was we had an outline. Then Dwayne wrote the first chapter, sent it to me. Based on the outline, I fed off that and sent it back, and so we were done in 3 4 months.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I've had that
that
experience before. It goes fast.
yeah,
If you're simpatico, it can go.
yeah. And our writing styles are the same, and this was the second one, so it was easier. Definitely sounds like a plan was written more than 2 years ago,
Hmm.
for sure. But um,
So Sounds
This
like
last book
trouble.
sounds like trouble, yeah.
Hmm.
And I'm supposed to be outlining the third book.
So how many books do you guys plan on writing together?
Well, we came up with a lot of titles. Sounds like trouble, sounds like plan, sounds like murder, sounds like whatever. So we're gonna see how far
Where
it
it leads.
goes.
Right.
I talked to our agent about 3, 4 weeks ago and said we're gonna submit an outline for the third book. But if they don't pick it up, we're gonna go with it ourselves. And
Facts.
that was we were Simon and Schuster for the first two. And I really liked the part that I like about being with a publisher is the editorial process. Because they really did push it and make sure we had a better product and the rewrites. And I don't mind all that. But you give up a lot financially. Yeah, you get a little advance, but you're getting, I don't know, 10, 15% of the book. And
Yeah.
it's,
So,
and you're
I,
not getting the public publicity push.
you
You
know,
know,
I,
go in a bookstore and there are two books on the shelf and they
you
ain't in the back. So what's
right. I was recently asked in Atlanta, as a matter of fact, because technically I'm still signed to Simon and Schuster. I'm still on their website, my ugly mug and everything. But I was asked if I would sign another deal. I was like, "Dude, I enjoy my independence. I don't know. They would have to write me a night. They would have to write me a very impressive check to make me sign another book deal. Um, and for the most part, it's because of all of it's the little things about being independent that I enjoy most. But I will say, independent is not for everybody. You gotta
yeah,
love the hustle and the grind. You are,
yeah,
as my grandmother used to say, you are the chief cook and bottle washer. You
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
you gotta do it all, and
The
and
more you
that's
do
not
it,
everyone's makeup.
yeah, but the more you do it, I feel like I got a process in place
Hmm.
and it's easy. I mean, think about the fact I can finish a manuscript. I have an editor I work with, I send it to her, I send it back, more rises. I format my own book. And I can have that book can be on sale in 48 hours on Amazon.
Facts,
I have the
facts,
physical book in my hand in a week, where the
right,
publisher wants an 18-month lead time.
right,
That's the one
facts.
thing I don't like about the publishing industry is that it's too long to get the book out there.
You're absolutely right. It's and we're living in a speedboat society, and it's still this big luxury line that takes forever to turn. You know what I'm saying? Even down to the covers. I mean, I like
Covers,
the
oh,
covers, but I like to have the autonomy to choose what I want on my cover.
amen, amen. And you don't get that.
You don't get that. So, um, talk to me about. First of all, congratulations to you and Dwayne. I actually had Dwayne on the show a few weeks ago. We talked about it. We talked about even meshing styles, and we writers can be territorial. We can be very
Mhm.
territorial about. So it's a delicate balance of trying to find a rhythm with someone when you're writing. It sounds like you guys have pulled it off. Even if there were bumps, you smooth them out. You figure each
Yeah,
other out after a while. But
we
talk,
definitely had our moments, but we
yeah,
got past them.
and that would be expected. And I think anyone who would be surprised by hearing that is someone who's never done this. Um, we operate in our own little silo, and sometimes it can be challenging when you have to share your sandbox with someone else. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I remember one time I wrote a book, co-authored a book, and quite frankly, the biggest headache for me, I'm a faster writer than the other person was. So
Mm.
I'm sitting around like, dude, like, come on, like chop chop, that kind of thing. And also, I am notorious for not using a outline.
Oh man, I don't know how you do it.
I,
I don't know
I'm
how you do
notorious.
it.
Pamela, I will sit down. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I can't remember. I've written 40 now. I can't remember the last time I wrote an outline for a book. I make it up as I'm hooking up
Wow,
to the computer.
wow. I wish I had that skill. I don't.
You know. Well, I tell you what you are skillful at, and that is writing those legal dramas, suspenseful novels. What's the next one? What's the title? And give us the concept. I know you got something you can break here on this show.
The one that I'm working on for myself is called Beyond Justice, and one of the main characters has bipolar disorder, is a young college student, and I kind of want to talk about how the system, the legal system, mental health system, It doesn't help families. I've had a couple friends who've had young kids, young in 20s, and that's when it often hits, who've gone away to college. Next thing you know, they're diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And don't let the criminal justice system come into play. So I'm trying to, and it's been a very difficult way to capture it because I've probably written a third of it before all my drama in my personal life happened. So I really want to get that back to that because I think it's important topic. Also think from a publicity standpoint, I work with Ella Curry on publicity. I think there's a lot of organizations and there's a lot to go with publicity and news to get that book out there. So I'm really, really excited about trying to educate and entertain at the same time.
Do you have a target time period on when this might come out?
I would like to say the end of the year, but where I'm also working on a book with Dwayne, the third book in the Sounds Like series.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll see. You know, as good as I feel, my hip is healed. As good as I feel, if I can get back to the old Pamela, it can happen.
No, I got you. I got you. Can you see my nosy wheel here?
Yeah, Wheel of Names, readers want to know. That's cute.
Mm-hmm. Readers want to know.
So how do I spin it? You spin it?
I'm gonna spin it, and let me tell you something. We about to get all up in your business. I'm gonna spin it 4 times, Pamela. You ready for this?
Worried. Okay.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Pamela, readers want to know, what is your guilty pleasure dessert?
I like Ben and Jerry's Chunky Monkey ice cream. Even though I'm lactose intolerant and I should stay away from it.
I know that's right. I couldn't touch it. I like the way it sounds though, but I know how my stomach works. I couldn't touch that. Hey, what book?
Banana flavor chocolate.
Okay. Readers want to know, what book in your catalog would you
book?
write over again if you had a chance?
Which one I write over? I don't. When I reread my work, I could have used a better description and blah, blah, blah here. But in terms of overall stories, I'm always kind of pleased with the plot. I like the twist I give, but I don't think I would write one over.
Okay, all right. That's a fair answer. I mean, that's a fair answer. If you feel like you put your foot in it the first time. All right, Pamela. Readers want to know.
I really do. I mean, I would tweak the writing. Okay.
Readers want to know, what is your funniest drunk story, Pamela?
Brian, I don't drink.
Oh, you don't?
I don't get drunk.
Okay, all right.
When I got to college, everybody started drinking. I don't drink. I'm not a drinker. I'm not a wine drinker. Okay. I'm a teetotaler. No.
Okay, all right. Excuse me.
Never been drunk. And I can
Never.
remember.
You were always the designated driver?
My girlfriends don't say the other.
You were always the designated driver.
Always, and I hate it. I'm always the designated driver.
Pamela, do you believe in aliens?
Fair. Always, and it's not fair.
Do you believe in aliens?
Hell no. I believe in God. No, I don't believe in no aliens. No. God didn't make aliens. No.
Pamela.
And I don't like horror and science fiction and all that stuff. I don't watch it, don't like it. No. Yes.
What's your favorite author of all time? Who is?
Ooh, that's hard. In terms of authors that I just think are amazing, James Baldwin is just amazing, right? I reread his writing, and his insight and all of that is great. Recently, but it changed. Recently, I've been reading a British author by the name of Shari, Shari Lapena, Lapena, and I just zoomed through all of her stuff. I like her twists. I like her writing. I like her people analysis. So, I mean, I've read everything she's written within the last year. I've read it, and within a year's period, I've read everything, probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 books. But I'm looking for somebody new. I like mysteries. That's my thing.
That's your thing. Okay, I'm at this last question. I'm gonna let you go. Let's see what we got here.
Okay.
Readers want to know, what was the best concert you've ever gone to?
Ooh, the best. It's hard to say the best, but you know what? Maybe a couple years ago, I saw Babyface with somebody, and Babyface wasn't even the lead act, but when he went through his work, he's written everything. When you line up the songs that Babyface has written,
For other
I
people,
was amazed at the breadth of his work.
right?
Yeah, for other people. So I mean, it wasn't like the best show. I mean, it was like I was just, as a writer, because I think he's a writer.
Right.
As a writer, I was like, wow, can you imagine coming up with these melodies
All
in
that
your head,
stuff, right?
putting words to it? I was awed when I walked out of there thinking about it. And he was performing with Kim. Kim was great. It was all great, but I kept thinking, all these songs. It's like, oh my God, I didn't know he wrote that and that and that and that. So
Yeah.
that was memorable for me.
I can only imagine. Babyface, yeah, he's on that Mount Rush. He's on that Mount Rushmore, in my opinion, of writers alongside Stevie Wonder.
Absolutely.
Stevie Wonder and a couple other people. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He is. Pamela, I thank you for coming on. You've been a great sport. We've been trying to do this for a minute. Finally got you on. I wish you nothing but continued success. I'm sure I'll pass across again on the literary Chitlin circuit.
Absolutely.
But until then, you know how to reach me, and I will continue to be rooting from the sidelines for your continued success, no doubt.
Thanks so much. Congrats on everything you're doing and your success. And the next time we cross paths, we gotta meet for dinner and have some real time together.
Doubt.
So
No doubt.
thank you for including me in your show.
Well, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the interview. Tune in next time when I give you a behind the scenes sort of glimpse into the personality of another one of your favorite authors. Until we meet again, I want you to be safe and keep reading.